All of a sudden you get a clap track come in, EDM style, 4 to the floor, different synth and melody, has nothing to do with that guitar and that grittiness and that just, you know, those cinematographic bassier feels that we had at the very beginning. Like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I'm using all kinds of different adjectives. I'm just throwing stuff at a wall right now. Are you hearing this? What the flow was that right there? That just little fast punching and accelerated gear from our boy RM. Whoever sees this and subscribes right now will get free minutes. Hey, it's your time, not mine. What's going on, YouTube? It's Knox Hill, and we're back with our reaction series. So today, man, we got a very, very special one on deck. I couldn't wait till Monday for this one. We're going to do it right now. Yes, I'm well aware. RM has dropped a brand new album. You guys have been hitting me up, begging me to deep dive into this. So you know what? We're going to check out his music video that he just dropped. It's none other than Wildflower. But before we go any further, I want to give a quick shout out to the Patreon. Listen, guys, a great way to support channel directly is by joining up the Patreon family. Exclusive reactions and content on there. A lot of BTS related stuff on there. Almost something every week, guys. If you want to support me, support channel, I'll put the links to that below. But anyways, you know what we're here for. RM, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got. One. Best intro in the game. Fireworks? No shame, I'm on my grind. Like the way that he said that, it's kind of like a British accent almost, because he slant rhymed the at with the grave, what I have. I love how he kind of like bent that in. He just had a different type of enunciation. And look how he opened up, man. This was epic, cinematic. I mean, you have like this thundercloud that you slowly pan over. And then underneath, it's almost like lightning flashes or fireworks. And you hear the fireworks sounds in the production and in the back of the mix and setting this up. Wow. When your own heart underestimates you, when your own dreams devour you. I've always said this about RM. I love his poetic soul. He just has this way with words and this deeper sort of introspection. And he uses just so much symbolism and so many metaphors throughout his lyrics. And there's just such a rich depth and vocabulary to it and way of putting his sentiments and his emotions together. Hang on a second. I yearn for the flames. Right, so I take this as the flames in the fall, like a firework, this beautiful explosion. And to me, right, what's sort of similar to fireworks and lighting up the sky like stars. So I wonder if this is like a deeper metaphor for his rise, right? Blowing up, taking off, kind of like a firework, taking off in flames. But what happens at the end of any rise? Gravity pulls you back down. You have a great fall. So I think that's kind of his poetic nature. You know, he's wishing for a great fall because in order to have that fall, that meant that he had that epic rise and that epic build up to get to what he was dreaming about. Even before the start, I could imagine an end where I could applaud and smile. See how he takes start and end and has a juxtaposition of those? I love kind of that seeming contradiction that he uses within his wordplay there. Wow. That's a line right there. When all this fame turned into shackles. Yep, that's it. I'm honed in on this now. He's talking about his rise and dealing with the fame. And the fame is kind of like a firework, right? This meteoric, just sort of celebration, dreaming about this and now achieving it. And now all of a sudden, these things that he was wishing for, that he was dreaming for, it's kind of turned into a nightmare almost. Because when fame becomes shackles, because eventually you can get so famous that you can't just be yourself anymore. Like you're always under the microscope. You're always under scrutiny. You have so much attention. You can't go out anywhere without like a bodyguard looking out for you. I mean, ask Eminem. Ask any celebrity of that level. It's really, really difficult once you're that famous and that well known to kind of lead a normal life. And then you get like shackled down by that fame because you have expectations that you always have to meet. Expectations from the fans. Expectations from the media. And yeah, the pressure can be overwhelming. I can see how it is like shackles. Wow. Let me be myself, right? Because there's who we see on the screen. There's the celebrity, the artist that he has to project himself as. And yeah, it is really hard. You can kind of lose yourself in the fame. So I love that sentiment. Like, trying to stay grounded. And even at the beginning of the song, when he talks about like an open field and bare feet, I take that as him trying to stay humble, trying to stay on solid ground and not let all of this craziness in this world and this level of celebrity get to him. Nice. The mournful crescent moon hung beyond the window. I mean, that is just storytelling at its finest. And again, the poetry that I talk about and kind of his just introspective nature, it's really shining through here. Nice. Again, the metaphors and symbolism, desperately holding on to a balloon floating by. It's passing, it's fading. It's being taken away, and he can kind of feel like he's getting carried away. Like he's trying to stay grounded, he's trying to hold on, but he feels this fame and he feels this pull just taking him away from everything that he knows and almost in a sense taking him away from himself. Wow. Light of flower work. Instead of a firework, it's become a flower work. And I take that as like art and beauty, flowers, taking those flowers and lighting them across the sky. And whoever is singing this right now, someone's got to comment below. What a voice and what power. And what's dope is you have her like hitting these power notes and chords. And then off to the side of the mix, I hear like a whisper track of her. Flower work. And there's just really cool vocal stacking happening as well to this. Yeah, it's there. And I take all this cinematography, you go through the rain, and you had the clouds and the rainstorm, and then you have like the sun and the clear skies. And that to me represents the journey of his career. The rain, the pain, the doubts, the dark times, the sun, the clear skies, the happy times, the greater moments as well, and kind of just a greater journey of life and the ups and downs and the changes through the season, like the changes of life. Wow. When this mask will come off, when this mask that I, have to portray as an entertainer, as a celebrity figure, it's almost like I see someone who just really wants to go back in time. Like he's thankful that he's here and that he's being able to live his dreams, but at the same time, he still yearns for the days of simplicity. The days of old. Wow. I love right there. We talk about this, the gear shifts and the flows, and he just picks up a faster scheme and faster flow right there. And then he so smoothly comes out of it back to riding sort of the slower flow wave. And then in between again, he punches at a faster acceleration. Very cool gear shifts right there to the flow. Memories of holding on to dawn's edge and spitting things out. Man, the poetry again. Trying to hold on to that light, trying to hold on to that hope. And then the sentiment too, memories turn vicious, because this is a man who really overthinks, who lives a lot in his own head. And if you're constantly reflecting on the past and what you can change and your mistakes and overthinking, it's hard to move forward. Those memories and even good moments you can overanalyze, and they can turn vicious. They can turn dark. Wow. Society's for the loudest voice. It does seem that way. It's not always the majority. It's the loudest voice in society that gets heard. You see it all the time on social media, and he's standing for silence. I take that as he's standing up for humbleness, humility. What happened to that? What happened to reflecting and thinking things through before we speak? Not having to be the loudest voice or the most seen or the most viewed. Wow. Nice flow. Grounded on my own 2 feet amongst the flowers with no name. See, still he's talking about staying humble, staying true to who he is. Trying to find his way through all this. Wow. That was really cool. I'm doing that horribly, right? But he's got really cool high harmonies and doubles that he just punches, like the last couple syllables, like the last 3-4 syllables. He just has these high ad-libs that he just punches in over top of him on the mix. Cool. Nice. Wow, this is beautiful.
And don't tell me like gotta be a someone. 난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음에.
Nice. Hey. My start was poetry. There it is. You know how I talked about him being a poetic soul? Well, there's him reflecting it right there, and he's giving us his poetry. And don't tell me you gotta be someone. I love how right there he's facing the crowd. Like, this is the first time he comes out of sort of the field and looking at the skyline, and he's there, his level of celebrity, and he's still trying to maintain who he is at his core and his just humble soul.
난 절대 그들처럼 될 수 없음에. 여태껏 날 지켜온 단 하나의 힘과 철. 타는 불꽃에서 들꽃으로 손에 내서 영원으로 나의 광야 같은 나무를 언젠가 나 되돌아가래. 저 하늘을 흩어질래.
Oh. Love how we just smooth it out right there. Just scale everything back and just have that piano and her beautiful voice cutting through. Wow. And even there now, as more of the song has been revealed, those flowers and walking through an open field of flowers, those flowers to me represent his art and, you know, his own poetry and what he loves and his passion and the beauty of it all. And he's trying to stay in that field versus playing in a developed city, you know, something that's been built by mankind, a huge stadium, playing to all these crowds and masses. And while there is a love for that, there's still him not forgetting, you know, escaping, going out into nature, being away from it all. And that's all metaphorical. That's all poetic for his journey, his career, his rise to fame, and how he's still trying to deal with it to this day and what he's going through mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And the thing I love about RM is that even when there's some darker thoughts and darker clouds overshadowing him, he still always finds a way to make music that uplifts, that inspires, like that hook, you know, lighting a flower work. It's beautiful, like letting yourself bloom, letting yourself blow up, you know, being amongst the stars, chasing your dreams, pursuing that. There's always that positivity to it as well, and that little bit of motivation and inspiration that the fans can latch onto and that can inspire us all. I mean, that was beautiful. Love the cinematics, love the visuals, love the production, love the rap flows, love the depth of the lyricism. It's going to be one hell of a project to dive into. RM, you were Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen over here at the end. Obviously enjoying the content. Do me a huge favor, guys. Support channel directly. Subscribe with notifications on. It really does go a long way. Helps out so much. Comment down below any other requests you want to see me do. Yes, we're going to work through some more of this. I love you guys. Stay safe. Stay positive. It's Knox Hill. I'll catch you again.